It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Hello, model citizens. Tonight, we're going to make a mess. I got some trains running behind me, just going back and forth, doing their thing. I got the lights on, and I've got the module back in front of me. I decided I don't know what I'm going to do with the lower area of the module, but I wanted to keep going forward. What's confusing me about the lower area is kind of the water thing. I think I'm going to pour the water. Really, I just haven't found a tray big enough to put it into, and we'll kind of figure it out from there. So tonight, we're gonna move up the mountain. We're gonna go to the top of the mountain, and I'm gonna throw some ground cover at it, and we'll see what sticks. In the meantime, I do have a little poll going. The poll is model railroading is infantile. So far, we've got 27% saying yes and 73% saying no. So we're gonna go over and let's see who those people might be. We've got Andy a step here. Andy, you mentioned that the beginning was silent. Are you hearing everything now? Mr. Andy Ambrose is here. We've got Brad Anderson from the Model Railroad Down Under. Adam Cruz is joining us as well. Cameron from Caboose 121. We've got Rebel Cascade Southern Model Trains. We've got Container Man 68 already making short jokes. We've got Dave BNSF N Scale enjoying the really long introduction. We've got Rick from Fultz Bailey Model Railroad, one of the Sidetrack Sunday members. Lynn McCurdy from the HDMMRC, which is the High Desert Modular Model Railroad Club. I think I got that. We got Martin Searsman here. We've got Midsummer N Scale. We've got M&M Short Lines Railroad Marty in the house. We've got Pirates in the Model Trains. Mickey Cullens, welcome, sir. We got Roy Eltham in the house. Shays N Scale joining us as well. Wig Wag Workshop. We've got Eddie Peppert dropping in. We've got David Adkins here. We've got Gary Creepy013 coming in from the same general area as Brad Anderson. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I was about to say something, and then I completely forgot what I was going to say while I was reading off the names. It was, I know what I was going to say. Wednesday night. There's a shelf over here to my my left, your right. It needs some lighting under it. So Wednesday night, we're going to cut up some LED strips. I'm going to get the soldering iron out, and we're going to solder some things together. Your headset volume was off, and that would explain why it was nice and quiet. Stephanie Paul's dropping in as well. So Wednesday night, we're going to do that. Sidetrack Sunday is John from Schuylkill River Valley, kicking off the month of December. We do plan on doing a Christmas show. We do plan on giving away a Sidetrack Sunday car that Jason is working on right now. It's going interestingly. We'll put it that way. But let's just take a quick look at the low shelf going. We got the same trains we got going yesterday, except I added the caboose that I got from Lynn McCurdy. I believe it was James noticed that I had that caboose and a couple of those box cars, so I threw it on there. And of course, James isn't here, or he's a little late. The big heater is not working, but the little heater is working, and I've had the little heater going all week. Yeah, this is my Be Kind t-shirt. I kind of like this one. The girlfriend actually got it for me, and she has a Be Kind one as well. And it's all good. Yeah, the train of thought, definitely my train of thought left the building. Yes, that is a caboose. Yesterday, what happened yesterday? Did I say I had the heat on yesterday? Today feels like a long day. Real quick story. The dog has been limping again. We got her knee surgery on her right knee, and we've been sort of worried that we're going to have to do the left knee as well soon. She's been limping a lot, so we took her to the vet today. They got her right in for x-rays and stuff, so they sedated her. And I mean, it's sad, but it's also hilarious. A dog sedated when you can't explain to them that, just it'll take some time. So she's been having an interesting day, and yeah. So it's been a long day. Trains running yesterday. No, it does not say rewind on the back. These are my only trains. Yesterday. What was yesterday? Sunday. Were the trains running Sunday? I don't know. Yeah, Kiki, Kiki's doing good. She's going to be on rest. We're hoping that we don't need to have the surgery again on the other leg, get the other leg done, but it's hard because they can't tell you what's going on, and you wanna do the best for them. So why don't we move in? I need to start making a little bit of a mess. What I think the plan is that I'm gonna turn this guy on its side like this. And I just realized that when I do this, I can't see the screen anymore. But so I think I'm gonna turn on its side like this. And I'm going to start putting some glue on like this surface. And I'm going to make basically I'm going to make the faces of the rock. I'm going to put dirt on them because the grass doesn't really grow on the faces. And then I'm going to put the grass on the top. So it'll have this sort of dirt base and grass top. And I'm just completely making it up. Andy Ambrose, oh dear, got my hours mixed up again at Brad Anderson. Andy Ambrose, I think you got your days mixed up. Did I get my days mixed up? I may have, for all I know. Container Man, yes, human be kind. Greg from Midsummer joining the Australian crew. Checking in as well. Yeah, my whole head is mixed up as well. Oh, I just realized something I can mention to people as well. I know people want to get on to the mess, but just in case people are interested, I started a Discord. And if people are into the Discord thing, come check it out. I'm just, everyone loves Facebook, but it's just too much for me. So I'm trying to do more chatting and stuff over on Discord. We've got some good conversations going. We're talking a little bit about the NMRA achievement program. We've been talking about remote operations, talking about technology, we've been talking about real trains. Some people posting some really great real train pictures as well. So if you like the Discord thing, come on over, check it out, and we can chat there. Good place for an after party. Good place for that kind of stuff. So I am a little nervous about starting on this. I'm not completely sure why I'm nervous. Yes, Lynn, you can share pictures on Discord. You can share a lot of pictures on Discord. The mess was made the minute I decided to do this. So let's, what I want to do is I realized the track, when I tip it up on end, the ends of the tracks hit the ground and it wobbles. So I'm gonna get some 1, 2, 3 blocks and put this up here. It'll also give me a little bit more room to dump things on. And I apologize if I don't see the chat. I'm going to try, let me move it over this way a little bit. There we go. I can, yeah. David, you don't know how accurate that is. That is very true. Andy, there's an after party on Discord. Now, whether I'll be there or not, I don't know. Yeah, if I make a mess and don't like it, 100% just remove it all. I'm going to be using some matte Mod Podge. We're going to put it in a little cup like this. I've got some, these are leaves that I've ground up. And what I did was I sorted them into different, like, whatever. Like this one's got, I don't know how well you can see that, but it's got all this like stuff in it. And then this one's got less stuff in it. And then this one's just kind of a powder. So I'm going to move this back, actually. Let's go back this way. The goal is not to get all of this all over my computer, but I have a feeling that's not going to work too well. Cameron, you are more than welcome to have that bet. I wouldn't bet against myself, though. I find that's not a good move. I think I'm gonna start on the lower part so that as I'm sprinkling dirt down, the yeah, I think I'm gonna start on the lower part. I think that's the way I want to do it. Not exactly sure how this is gonna work. I don't know. What you know? You know. Why do I say you know all the time? I know people don't know. So once you start getting out the full strength matte Mod Podge, you know it's gonna be a party. Ugh, if I can get it open. So Roy Eltham is always saying I use too much glue, so I'm probably gonna make him happy today because I'm probably gonna use way too much glue. Gonna wipe that up so when I put the cover on, I put the top on, I can get it off again. Okay. Is everyone ready? Yeah, Kadamra says move the keyboard. I know. Literally, I wish I knew. I wish I knew too. That's probably why I say you know all the time, is because I really don't know. So I kind of, make it up. Yeah, the keyboard, I don't know if people can see, the keyboard is here, but I can slide it under. So as long as I slide it under, I should be okay. Then everything will just go on the floor. This Thomas is a good question. The over-under on zapping myself, I think if you show up on Wednesday when I do some soldering, I think that's going to be the night I definitely shock myself. Now, one thing I have learned with this is when it's on, do I have a battery in it? I don't know if I left the battery. No battery in it. But when you have it on, don't reach inside to clean it out. You need to make sure you turn it off before you reach inside. Not going to get into the details of why I know that. Let's start with the small brush. So I'm looking for areas that are not the tops of things, but are kind of the sides of things. And I'm just gonna I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Just gonna do some painting of some glue. What I never know when I'm doing this kind of stuff is how big of an area I can paint before the glue dries to the point where the dirt isn't gonna stick anymore. And that's the thing that I feel like I always kind of mess up. Yeah, there's an iPad over there. Model railroading is infantile. Nice. Welcome, Edward. Anyone believe we'll see blue smoke? Hopefully not tonight. We might, but I'm hoping we don't. So I'm just trying to find some spots that might look like they're on the side. And I'm gonna pause for a second and let's throw some stuff at it. Yeah. No blue smoke from my head. Hopefully not, at least. Now, I guess I should tip this back a little bit, maybe? Maybe that's better if it's on like that angle. At least to put the stuff on it. There we go. Brilliant, right? Doesn't that look beautiful? Beautiful. Looks stunning already. I can tell everyone's so excited. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm gonna see if I can get this done quick enough. We'll get to some static grass. I'm not sure how quickly I'm gonna get through some of this. I'm having a little bit of a hard time telling. Maybe my idea of putting it up on that angle was not a good one. 'Cause I'm having a hard time figuring out where like the sides of something are and where the tops are. You know, where would the dirt be and where would the grass be? I guess it really doesn't matter, right? I mean, it's going to make its own set of texture as we go. Andy Ambrose is excited. Yes, stunning indeed. I know, right? I mean, look at, like, if it was any more brilliant, I would probably have to have a safety warning on this for people with a bad heart, that they don't get a heart attack or something just because of how absolutely thrilling and exciting what I'm doing is. But yeah, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yes, Mr. Lynn McCurdy, that is very true. And I know that none of you in chat are going to give me props, so I got to talk myself up. And I guess part of what I'm trying to do is cover enough of the area with the dirt that I don't have to do the entire thing in static grass, because, that's like real work. Yeah. Yeah, oh, good, interesting. Yeah, Greg just made me think of something. Greg Midsummer Endskill says it's so exciting to watch grass grow. Would you rather, and I'm not going to change the poll question, but think of this as a poll question. Would you rather watch paint dry, or would you rather watch glue dry and watch grass grow? Rick says, I'm doing a good job. I really, really appreciate that, Rick. That said, I hope Rick doesn't see the comment I made over on Nisi J's build crew video. I made a joke at Rick's expense. I don't know that he's seen it yet, but he may be taking back that comment once he sees that sees the comment I made. But we'll see. We'll find out. Okay, so I think this is enough area for now. We're gonna dump more dirt. I heard that using reference photos may help. Yes, Edward, I have heard that too. And yet, I repeatedly never look at reference photos. You would think at some point I would learn. But no. No, I continue making it up instead of looking at reference photos. Let's see what Joey said. Joey says, I've always put the static grass on the dirt. That way the light spots show underneath. And I thought of that. The only reason why I think I might be okay not doing that here is because I've painted it. And I kind of feel like since it's already kind of painted, I'm thinking that I don't need to do that quite as much. But yeah, that is, I've done that before as well. With this dirt, though, I find that it doesn't, I don't like what it looks like under the grass. And maybe that's just because, it's chopped up leaves or something. But I think that the grass not on the dirt, on this particular dirt, looks better. So I'm going to try this. Again, this is definitely the learning curve. The module so aptly named, I think, I don't remember if it was named by Split Rock or by Anthony Dodge, but somebody named this the learning curve because this is definitely a work in progress. This is not this is not a how to do it. This is probably more of a how not to do it. But this is how I am doing it. And I guess at the end of the day, as people say, it's my railroad. So, you know, um, and as people have said, worst case scenario, I will just spray it with some water and, wipe it all off and start over again and try something different again. Vision. Oh, what did Rick is taking an intermission to go see the joke that Heath made. I hope he doesn't go see it. He probably did already, though. So I'm trying to figure out where the grass might grow on this part of it. Because it's pretty steep there. I don't know. I don't know how the grass would grow there. But I know the grass isn't going to grow on this part. That's for sure. And I guess too, I could leave some parts without any dirt, and we could call those rocks. Because the top of the rocks, like this big guy here, could theoretically be a rock. And we could go from there on that one. Heath, I would do it just like that. Thank you, Rick. I gotta tell you, man, the support today, after what I said about you, is very commendable. It really is. I feel like it's a little unexpected, but I really appreciate it. Andrew, you did not miss the unboxing. The unboxing today is kind of me making a mess, and we're gonna keep going with this mess. Why do I seem to have more dirt on the workbench than I have on the module? Does this count as making a mess? I mean, I don't know of any way to do this without making a mess. So I feel like we're kind of doing what needs to be done. I'm gonna get more dirt up here too. At some point, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get so much dirt into this paintbrush that it's not gonna work very well to spread glue anymore, and I may have to move on to a different method of getting glue on here, or just grab another brush. So just trying to interweave the dirt in where the grass might not grow. Maybe the grass will grow. Just making it up. Remember, Heath, when all goes wrong, double down on it. Andrew, I could not agree with you more. I am definitely going to double down on this one when it doesn't look good. You know, I don't know. Definitely an experiment. Adding more dirt up in here. So how many people like doing ground cover? And how many people kind of hate it? I guess when I used to do ground cover, I would just like put glue on everything and just sort of like throw ground cover on it. And I guess what I figured is that maybe I'd try something a little different. And maybe I would try and be more selective with where I was putting the ground cover, and maybe try and follow the contours of stuff. I'm actually sort of thinking I may leave a lot of this without any ground cover on it at all. I think that might be interesting as well. Just kind of just leaving sort of the painted surface showing through, and then maybe I can go back and paint it to look a little more rockish. Yeah, Edward, I'm working on a little shelf thing on my over there. And I don't know that I'm going to do ground cover at all on it. That's definitely more for like running trains, whereas this is definitely more about experimenting. So that's why I think I'm doing more ground cover stuff here. I've fallen asleep twice now. Container Man, I hope you're not driving while you've fallen asleep. Or are you just implying that I am so boring that you're falling asleep trying to watch me? Because I kind of thought, painted, I sort of thought that this module doesn't look, the module looked kind of interesting with just the paint on it. So I feel like adding some of the ground cover in layers, that it will it'll add something to it, or at least that's the theory. I'm not sure either. Like, I don't know how well I like the crushed up leaves for N scale. A little bit, I think it's I think the crushed up leaves may be too big. Even this sort of finer, this is kind of my second level of fineness. Better to be bored than boring. I bought a t-shirt actually that says bored on it. BORED. It's a black t-shirt. I'll wear it some night for the show, but I think I got it from Levi's maybe. But it's kind of like it's artistic, so like it says bored, but it doesn't really. It's not really obvious about it. Robert, I don't believe the big storm has hit yet, but it's been very cloudy all day. Norman Rowe says, enough dirt, time for the static grass. Norman, why do you want to see me do static grass so badly? Are you expecting me to stick my hand in the static grass applicator? The other thing that I didn't do while I was building this is I didn't really think about the scale of the mountain. And I feel like this mountain is just huge for N scale. I guess I could get out my N scale ruler and see how big it actually is in N scale. But it just seems like it's a lot bigger than any, for kind of the shape of it. It's just a little weird. But then again, I'm a little weird. We want to see you zap yourself from Container Man. Hydration's important. Yes, Andy. I do try and drink a little bit of something as I'm doing the stream, because I am rambling a lot. If you guys notice, I'm a rambling man. Everybody, who knows who was the original Rambling Man? Well, I don't know if he was the original Rambling Man. But when I say Rambling Man, I immediately think of a certain performer. Make a bigger mess that way. Yeah, if I get out the static grass applicator, I'll make a bigger mess. I almost knocked it over. Who was voting on Heath knocking it over? I almost succeeded. We might get to static grass faster than you think. I'm still trying to add a little bit more dirt down on this side of things, because I didn't really get any dirt over on this side. So I'm doing that first, and then we'll add we'll get on with the static grass. Edward, I agree. We're pretty much all a little bit weird, and I think that's a a little bit what's drawn us all to this hobby is that we can be ourselves, be who we are, and do our own thing and have it be okay and be accepted and all that good nonsense and all that good stuff. So yeah, so we're getting some ground cover in here. This one area, I keep trying to get more ground cover in, and it just doesn't want to go. I think a little weird is the new normal already. I think we've already achieved that. Also trying to cover up some of these areas, like this just turned out like really green for whatever reason, so I'm just gonna cover that up with some some glue, stick some dirt in there, and then it won't be so blatantly green anymore. Or at least that's the idea. Dave says, right, if we're all weird, then we're actually normal. Right. That is true. Although I have talked to a couple of the people on here, and I don't know that normal would be a word I'd use. Not necessarily, at least. So let's see. Dirt. Where are we putting dirt? I want grass to break up the monotonal dirt color. You will get it. You will get some dirt, Norman. Dirt will definitely be a part of this. So, when people do their ground cover, do they generally paint the surface first, or do they just kind of put their ground cover over their pink foam and just go to town on their ground cover? And if you do paint it, what color do you paint this the stuff? Uh, I don't know why, but Rick has retracted all of his nice comments. But I appreciate the $2, but I don't know why you're retracting all the nice comments. Or were there mean comments that I missed, and those are the ones you're retracting? So Lynn McCurdy says he paints it a light brown. That's a little bit what I did down here. It's kind of a earthy, groundy color. Always painted a color that'll look like dirt, from Tim at CP368 Productions. And I do kind of agree with that. I think there is a place to do some, some textured painting. Like, I do like that this is kind of multiple layers, and I think part of the multiple layers of this is what's going to kind of make this kind of an interesting module. But Rick says, I retract all previous statements, and then Mr. Beethoven comes in and says, I retract Rick's retraction. So Mark from Mileage Track says, I paint my foam Bigfoot brown. They have that color at Home Depot. There you go. I paint the base color first, brown, green, or black, depending on what's going on. Containerman says, you're late. When are you due, Sparky? Yeah, I'm weird and eccentric. Umbria being the brown color Umbria, or it's like a brownish reddish color, which I do like Umbria as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Andy Ambrose, coming in, seeing Rick's $2 and raising him 5 pounds. I think that's a pound. Uh-oh. Guts just repacked his derailed caboose. Guts, I hope it was not one of the cabooses from when you worked on the railroad that was derailed. I'm hoping it was a model that was derailed. And I just realized I could be picking up what's on the ground here. Oop. I'm starting to make a big mess. Alright, so do we need dirt anymore anywhere? Or are we good with the dirt? Lynn McCurdy says, be nice to my man Heath, he's doing a great job. Thank you so much. Brown reddish color, no, not Italian. Talking about Umbria, I'm assuming. Hey woohoo, it's Sparky Sparky. John whispered in my ear that we are not getting into a bidding war. My latest layout has a lot of asphalt, so it's painted gray right now. Yeah, asphalt's good too. I painted the shelf I have over there. I kind of just painted it brown, whatever brown color I have. Oh, there we go. Andy a step, dropping the knowledge. The umber color in paint refers to Umbria, Italy. So apparently Umbria is Italian. All right, so where are we missing dirt that I need to put dirt before we move on to grass? I am seeing a couple areas here that I want to get some dirt in. Let's see. There are a couple areas too where I like put glue down and the dirt just didn't stay earlier, and I'm guessing I just didn't put enough glue. So I'm about to retire this paintbrush, so I'm just getting it all dirty in the ground cover now. And we'll just throw some more on top there. Is Umbria, Italy a bit shiny then? Oh, shit. Now I know what you're saying. I'm like, shiny? That is a good question. If someone wants to look up Umbria, Italy and see what color it is. I guess I should put a little dirt down by the edge of the tracks too before we put the dirt away. John off to bed, I'm bored. Well, John, thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it, even if I did bore the heck out of you. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, this is, I'm questioning I'm questioning this idea of Modeling Monday because it is harder to engage with the audience, and I don't know how much people really want to see somebody modeling. Like, it does seem that, people aren't necessarily interested. People want to see people run trains and stuff, but not a lot of people want to see people model. So I don't know. I have had thoughts about reworking things and maybe doing things a little differently. But this is where I'm at now, so this is kind of what I'm doing right now. So I think there's going to be some water in here, because I think it's going to need to connect down to the lake below. Let's see if I still have this link saved. If people don't know, I started a Discord. Yep, looks like it's still there. If anybody wants to chat over on Discord, there's been some interesting conversations going on over there. Just post that link again. I know there are people that do these. Yeah. Well, Andy, though, the difference is what I'm talking about is doing it live. Is it interesting? Is it interesting enough to do live, Or would it be better if I just, recorded these videos and uploaded them? Because honestly, I would get more views and more subs if I did this as an upload and not as a live stream. But I like the interaction. I like hanging out with people. I like the sort of, hopefully somebody out there is modeling, their own stuff. So kind of, as I'm doing this, they're modeling their thing as well. Yeah, Edward, I did that once. Ate some beets and didn't understand why everything was so red. I did eventually figure it out. Yeah, I know Kathy did just start going live, but that's not how Kathy didn't build her channel with live streams. I do kind of feel like the live streams aren't really a way to build an audience. Once you've got an audience, I think it's great. Like Mel Bose does live streams too, who's the terrain tutor. Wigbag says, when I start my stream, I will just be building on it. There you go. Oh, Adam Cruz, I just glued down seats on the styrene for my trolley. Yeah, Thomas, Kathy just started doing live streams, and they're actually pretty interesting. Or I think they're pretty interesting. I mean, it's all relative, I guess, right? I'm a little nervous about getting to the static grass, actually, because I am terrible. I am terrible at static grass. And maybe I guess, maybe I should do it live and then somebody could tell me what I'm doing wrong. But yeah, I'm not good at, I'm not good at static grass. Hello, John 2618. How are you doing, sir? Speaking of building things, John, I hope the house is progressing at least a little bit in the forward direction, which I know, just like our modeling, sometimes doesn't always happen. Messing up when doing scenery just means you're doing it right. Mother Nature has a better sense of humor than most people do. And Shay N-Scale says, I agree, Sparky. Rick says 45 minutes and no grass yet. That is very true, Rick. I'm getting to grass, though. The hard thing with N-scale grass is like HO scale. Oh, John's moving in 60 days. That is so awesome. Norman says grow a pair. So with static grass, let me pick up as much of this as I can before I get the static grass out. So give me a second there. With static grass in N scale, even 2 millimeter static grass is huge in N scale. It's just massive in N scale. So it's a little bit like, why? Oh, I didn't realize I had left that up. Guess I need to pay attention more. I don't know why. Like, I have ground foam, and then I have static grass, and is doing static grass in N scale worth it? I mean, you don't. Static grass in N scale just looks so wrong. It's just so long, which is why I'm a little bit thinking of just doing ground foam instead of doing static grass. But let me see what I've got in the pile over here. If I can find some 2 millimeter static grass, we can definitely try firing that up. And I've heard some people say that static grass is easier. Animated grass, yeah. Static grass is easier when you plug in the static grass applicator. I don't have a plug-in one, so I am just using I don't have a plug-in one, so I'm just using the 9-volt battery, so it's not as powerful. Alright, so my goal is don't knock this water over. I'm just putting the water to put the brush in the water because I'm not going to be able to clean it out now. And I figure if I put the brush with the glue in the water, that I'll be able to clean it off later, and hopefully it won't have dried. Okay, so let's get this stuff out of the way. I just made a mess. How high is 2mm grass in N scale? Very. I don't know the exact answer. 12 inches. There you go. So 2mm grass in N scale is 12 inches. Oh, did my dad just drop in? Yeah, everyone's saying it's 2mm. So here's some Scene Master. Here we go. So this is the grass I got from the NMRBO module, and this is 1.5 millimeters. So that might be a good choice. I also have some of this knock grass, which I find really weird colored. So I don't know that I'm going to use any of this. I bought this like starter set of grass, and the colors just look like, this does not look like a color I've seen on anything. But this is 1.5 also. This is 2.5. Yeah, so the knock grass to me looks really plasticky. Yeah. I guess 2mm would be accurate for a field. Yeah, I guess, if you're, growing really long stuff. I've got some, this is what I took a picture of when we started, was some 7mm grass. But I feel like it's, I feel like 7mm is going to be way too long, even for like this sort of scene. I think it's going to be way too long. But I do have the fine turf also, so maybe I'll start with this Scene Master stuff, and maybe then I'll throw some fine turf on, and yeah, I agree, the knock is too bright, and yeah, it's supposed to be early spring colored, but it's just so bright. And that's why I got the 7mm for tufts of grass. But 7mm in N scale, we're talking 3 feet. So I just, Shane. Use 2 or 4, good starting point. Yeah, I'm gonna start with the I'm gonna start with the 1.5, and we'll see how I do with that. You can put ground cover around it too. Yeah. So I got a T-pin on my little clip. I find it makes it easier to stick into the glue, and I've got the smallest grate thing. This is just the Woodland Scenics Static King or whatever. John says static grass is addicting. Every time I do static grass, I make an absolute mess of everything. So I don't, I don't know. Use an old set of hair drummers to make it shorter. That is an option. That is definitely an option. Yeah, I do want to get the plug for this at some point. I think I would benefit from more power. So here's a battery. Oh boy, here we go. Norman, I came so close to catching myself on camera, shocking myself with this thing, but it ended up just slightly off camera when I went back and edited the video. So, okay. Anyone else getting nervous for me yet? So now we've got a little bit of a bigger brush. I don't know what I'm going to do. Where's the newspaper? Put some newspaper down first. This brown paper This brown paper is disposable. I just change it all the time. So that's the brown paper is my quote unquote newspaper or whatever you would call it. Tim the Toolman flashback. Yes, Shay, I love that show. That's a good time. I just realized, why don't I... The other thing with this battery door is when there's a battery in it, I can't get the battery door to close. And it's kind of really annoying because when you go to put it down upside down, it doesn't sit flat. Just gonna put a piece of tape on it to hold it closed. Get the EMT. The cheapest way to apply static grass is pour the grass in your mouth, rub a balloon on your head, then blow it on your landscape with a straw, but don't inhale. Mark, if you want to give me a second, I will go grab a straw, and I will... Oh, I can't try it. I don't have enough hair. So the other thing I don't know is how much static grass should I put in the applicator. And I just double checked that it was off because I don't want to... Martin, are you agreeing with me that the battery door won't stay shut? Are you saying that you've had that same experience? Yeah, more volts would be more entertaining. I need to find out what power supply it takes and probably just like buy one on the black market or whatever you want to call it. You know, not buy the static grass specific one. So I'm turning that off because I'm climbing up to get a little bit higher. Alexa, turn off heater. It's hotter up here. So I think I'm going to start up here a little bit and put a little glue up here. So do people use like some fancy static grass glue, or do people just use Mod Podge or other PVA glue like I'm doing? Because I know that there are some companies that sell glue specific for applying static grass, and I don't honestly know what's different about it. Of course, it's hotter at higher altitudes. I'm not really that far up, though. I mean, I guess I am, but... See, I don't know that it's standing up. I think I was holding it too high. I think is what I was just doing wrong there. I don't think I held it close enough. So let's put more glue on and try another area. Yeah, so Dave from CRNE, Kruger River and Eastern, just uses white glue, which I'm guessing that's what probably most people just use is white glue. Yeah, I'm going to try getting the static grass applicator a lot closer this next time when I put the grass on, and hopefully that'll make it stand up a little more, although it is like 1.5 millimeters. I don't know how much I'm going to see of that necessarily. Just sort of trying to find the spots that are flat-ish and adding them. And I apologize, I'm not looking at chat very much right now, and I realize I asked a question about what kind of glue people use, because I feel like this glue is drying really fast, and I'm trying to get some of this it also comes out really fast. Did I hit the button? Yeah, I had it turned on. Is that what you mean by the button? Isn't this like a recording mic? Want to get close but don't touch. Yeah, exactly. Is it wrong that I put down ground foam before putting down the static grass? Well, I put my dirt down first, so I don't think there's anything wrong. Yes, that's what I see on other channels. They get really close. Heath, I wonder if holding it steady with one hand and tapping it on the side would work. I find it more precise way to spread scenery. Oh, there you go. That's a good idea. All manufacturers try and get you to buy their glue. White glue is fine. Yeah, I feel that way as well. That it's I feel like it's more a marketing ploy than it is anything else. I mean, it's a good marketing ploy, don't get me wrong. So we're gonna... It does feel like I'm just kind of putting flocking on, though. Like, it doesn't look real. Like, how do I make it look real? Like, real grass. I think part of the problem is the area is just so big. That grass is hard to pick up, too. Shane, it's tough to do that while holding the static metal end. If he sticks it in the scenery, then he can do that. Yeah, and I could possibly do that. If you get too much static grass on the outlet screen with tape or paper to limit the flow. Oh, there you go. There's an interesting idea. And Peter uses the wood late cedar glue. I paint the base, then dirt, then ground foam, finally static grass. Not sure if that's correct. Yeah, I have no idea either. Put a smaller screen on your static applicator. This is the smallest one that it came with. So, you need the other grill piece with smaller holes. Unless I'm missing something. This is the one with the smallest holes. At least the smallest holes that this one came with. You know, you can see the... this is definitely the smallest one from Woodland Scenics. Now, whether I need... yeah, so Dave, you got here right after we discussed it. What I'm using is 1.5 millimeter, which would be about 9-inch grass in N scale. And, like, I've got some 7 millimeter grass. We just feel like it would be too long for N scale, just because this is N scale. Yeah, Greg, I agree. The longer grass definitely stands up and you can definitely see it better. I guess where I question it is where I get stuck is then it just doesn't look realistic. And I put some people in a park standing in the grass, and the grass, you know, like came up to their chest height. So I just thought that didn't look right. I guess as long as I'm not putting any people near the grass, I could do whatever. But it was kind of just the, you know, with the people standing in the grass, it just made it look so weird. And I think that's partly why I'm down on the grass, is that I just don't understand that part of it. Is if I put a person in the park in the grass and I'm using, you know, grass that you can see in N scale, then it's you know, it doesn't play out as well. So I'm trying to tap it with my pinky a little bit. Oh, I need to get closer. Or I'm trying to do it a little bit on the edge too, so that it you can see. Can you see it? It's sticking between my hand. I don't know. I don't think you can see that on camera at all. But there's definitely a static connection. I wonder if it's... You know what I might need to do? You know what the problem might be? Using the pin, I may need to tape it up. I may need to tape over Oh, I keep leaving a comment up. The grass isn't standing up because you're holding the device sideways. Oh, I guess because the static thing is in the top. You need it to be vertical. Good idea. I do that with mine. Keep the static charge over the grass longer. See, what I was wondering is if maybe I need to tape this up, because what I noticed with the grass is it was jumping to this part, not to this part. And I'm wondering if I covered all this up so there was a lot less showing. Gary says, to see if the battery's okay, stick your tongue on it. Okay. I may have been born at night, but I wasn't born last night. All right, so the bottom of the applicator needs to be parallel to the surface. Okay, let's try that. I wish you could kind of see this. Let's see if I can. Let's see. I guess you can't really tell, but it is kind of sticking up. You don't need to be, can be off on the edge. Is the white striped wire the wrong polarity? I think it is. New 9-volt battery. Yeah, it's pretty new. Keep the applicator on and over the grass longer. I think it's because I have the holes. I think for this 1.5 millimeter grass, I do need smaller, smaller grill. I wonder, does Woodland Scenic make a smaller grill for their static applicator? I left it on and I had it open. Oh, let's I'll turn my face on because I know everybody loves seeing my face. All right, so let's add some more glue and let's try some things that people were suggesting. Let's clear this out. I need to my glue's empty. Give me a second. I'm gonna get more glue. What I'm doing might have just been a mistake, but I just wet the brush. We'll find out if it was a mistake in a little bit. Your train has the mange. Yeah, it does. I like this sheep idea. I don't have sheep, but I do have cows and horses. But yes, sheep would make a lot more sense than cows or horses. So that's, maybe I can find some N-scale sheep if anybody knows. Sometime back, the Toyman spent over an hour trying to get it right. Split Rock is saying that the T-strainer is his favorite applicator. Oh, there you go. Interesting. All right, so I think, yep, we'll do some static grass right there, and we'll see how it works out. I guess too, I don't know. Maybe the glue does need to like dry a little bit almost so that it is like a tacky surface. So when you're putting the grass on, that it's kind of tacky-ish. I just realized that I stood up on the stool with my face cam still on. Luckily, I'm not that tall. So you're seeing above the waist still, which is a very good thing. And I feel like there's some good comments coming in that I'm missing because I'm trying to get this. One of the things I feel like's happening too is with the static applicator that I'm dropping so much on it that it is it's like matting down the other stuff, you know, like, because once I turn this over now, it like starts falling out right away. Well, maybe that's the trick, is maybe I don't really need to. Less is more, right? Isn't that what they say? Yeah, so holding the static applicator over. Oh, interesting. I actually heard, I feel like I heard sounds coming out of the camera as if it was like picking up on the static. Z, you missed it earlier. People were saying I needed to put the static grass in my mouth, rub a balloon in my hair, and then spit it out through a straw. Glue needs to be wet for connectivity. Heath, you have a shop vac. Try putting it over the grass to see if it'll raise up. It is actually raised up. I don't know. You can kind of see a little bit. I do have a shop vac. That is true. Every time I turn the shop vac on, all the lights in the place dim. And I do actually have, for everyone saying put a sock on it. I do actually have some pantyhose that I bought at the 99-cent store that I do use if I want to collect it. But I didn't. I have so much of this stuff, and I barely use any of it that I just. Yeah. So I don't know if it stood up any better or not. I really don't know the answer. I guess it did, maybe. You know what? I just realized I probably should have taken a picture at the beginning of the night and seen if I'm actually doing anything positive or if I'm just making it look worse. Like, I can't decide, does it look better now, or did it look better before I started putting all this nonsense on it? I mean, it's something. It's something, all right. I'm getting a little more risky. I'm doing a bigger area. I feel like this glue is already drying. I think I waited too long. This says it's matte, but it does seem to have a little bit of a glossy edge to it. Um, yeah, if I can just get it to fall out ever so slightly and not like um not shake it as much. Oh. This cord sure does get in the way, doesn't it? I'm gonna get the vacuum in a second. Let's turn it off. Looks like brains. I asked Hanukkah Harry for a static grass applicator. Night 2 down and no signs of it. No matter what you do, it still looks like nature. Yeah. The tufts work great between railroad ties on old sidings. Yeah, none of these are railroad ties though. The rock color should be closer to my dirt color. There you go. Some guys use matte medium. That'll solve the glossy edge of the white glue. So this is supposedly matte medium. Like Mod Podge matte is supposedly a matte gel medium. I don't know. So when I turn on the vacuum, how loud is it? I hope I have the compressor set right and it's not really very loud. Yeah, that should dry matte then. Oh, okay, yeah. You're putting it in separate pieces. You need to blend it with the dirt. What I'm likely going to do, I'm trying to do this in multiple layers, I guess. So I don't know that I've got the right color grass that I want, but I feel like I'm going to go between all the edges with some other color something and put it in. Oh, not loud, not a lot. Okay, good. It's fine. Good. It's like a bowler hat with some fungus on it. Not loud, not too loud. The volume drops when the vacuum goes on. Sounds great. Good. That's what it's supposed to do. Yeah, you are right. I do need to fill in more the spaces. I guess what I'm wondering is, do I fill it in, like, what would this ground foam look like on it? You know, like, maybe that ground foam is what I should put, where is it? You know, this is just, like, sprinkled some ground foam on. And I feel like the ground foam is what blends in pretty well. What I kind of want to do, I don't know if this is a bad idea. What I kind of want to do is get the spray glue out. And I want to spray it all. And then put ground foam over it to kind of tie it together. Or like I'm kind of, you know how like you'll paint something and then you'll do you paint something and then you'll do a wash over the top to kind of blend it all together. I'm trying to figure out right now what could I put on this to kind of blend things together more. Oh, what's interesting is with some of the glue being wet, when I poured the foam stuff on, I think some of it stuck, which is kind of fun. So Split Rock wants me to try the 7 millimeter guys. No spraying until the glue is dry. I thought the ground foam was supposed to be first. I have no idea. Is that a thing that the ground foam is first? I honestly don't know. David says that is what I need to do. Oh, put the ground foam on top? Or David, are you saying that you think I should spray it? Because I think that the spray too late to glue all over. It looks like you've measured each section in real life. They are blended. Ground foam is for bushes. Yeah, and this is a mountain. I think there would be bushes all over it, potentially. At least in various spots. I could at least put the ground foam between the grass and the dirt. I think would be a good place for it. I don't know. I mean, Split Rock's trying to get me to try the 7mm grass. I feel like it's just going to be too tall, though. Trees, will you be adding trees? I thought about adding trees. Um, well, and that's why. So this fine ground cover, I feel like would make a good sort of like blend thing. Try the 7mm where puddles were formed. Ditch by tracks. Too tall. Yeah, I think it's too tall too. 7mm would be how many feet? I mean, I guess it would. I guess theoretically, it would be. All right, just for Split Rock, we're gonna try. We'll try doing a little bit of 7mm because what could possibly go wrong? Because I don't know what else I'm gonna use this 7mm for. Oh, John Mystic says I've got some 12mm on my thing. Grass grows on the dirt, so put more grass on the dirt. And that's what I'm thinking about with this. I mean, to me, this fine turf looks like grass. So I kind of feel like if I just did a light spray and then kind of dumped it on, that it would stick where it would stick and it would look like, and then I could do that with the fine dirt too, right? Because I've got this fine dirt. So this dirt is a lot finer than what's here. So I'm kind of thinking if I just do a light spray and then do this and do this kind of over the whole thing, that then the other areas will blend together. Maybe I should have done it first. That is probably a valid statement. So I'm gonna turn the face cam off so I can stand up. Let's zoom in. We'll see if I'm gonna try and stand some up right there. Basically between the dirt and the thing, we'll do one there. We'll try and do a tuft there. We'll try and do a tuft up here. And maybe one down there. Alright, so let's see what happens. Alright, so applicator's on. John says he thinks you could play with scale. Just getting off some of the grass. Okay, applicator's on. Touched. I don't see it's not standing up at all. It's just laying flat. So I'm dumping some out, but it's just laying there. Doesn't seem to be standing up at all. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up, little grassy. Stand up. It's on. The static applicator is definitely on. But the grass is definitely not standing up at all. Battery is weak. Give it a rest. Yeah, and that's where the power plug thing for this would come in handy. Uh-oh. You need the DC adapter, makes it work better, running 12 volts instead of 9 volts. Yeah, it is. It is looking like that's the, we want to test, zap that pin. I don't know, wouldn't I damage it? Use, use tweezers to stand the blades up one at a time. Why do I feel like that is not something I want to do? Roy, great tip. You talking about the this DC adapter? Does anyone know the PS14, the Digitrak's PS14? Can I plug that into this? I don't know. I gotta look at the specs on it. On the 3 spots, put the ground foam. Oh, on the where the glue is wet. Come on. It's center negative, so probably not. Oh, they wired it backwards? Reads every comment but the ones that mention weak battery. I saw it. If 12 is better than 9, maybe 110 would be... Oh, I could plug it into 110. So it's the same size plug, but it's looking like it's center negative instead of center positive. Really slop on the glue and get the needle right in there so it makes contact with the glue. Clean off the needle prior to inserting it so the glue does not stop current flow. I'll have to try that later. Maybe human... Yeah, maybe I'm not the one defective. Maybe it is the static grass applicator. What did he say? Hey, everyone, just got home in front of the computer. Has he messed anything up yet? I have made a mess, is what I've done. Oh, right. Yeah. I saw you doing that, modifying it. That's so right, because right. You said you did that because you wanted to be able to use the same 12 volts for everything. Yeah, you need a new battery. I'd suggest a Shore battery consisting of a 105 millimeter on a 45-degree traverse. That'll give you range out past the Verrazano for sure. Yep. Blame Wood and Scenics. There's a metal. Yes. There. If people can't, let me. That's not the long stuff. Where'd the long stuff go? Here's the long stuff. It's off. So yeah, what creates the static is this little thing in the center there to this guy. So it creates the static between these two thingamajiggies. Yeah, it's looking like I need the wall wart. No, I'm not. I am not doing that. I'm not electrocuting myself. All right, so I know everyone has told me not to do this, which is why I'm thinking I am going to do it, because that's the kind of guy I am. No, I don't think I am. I think it'd be a bad idea to do it. What I do kind of want to do though is put some of this maybe on it and put some of this maybe on it. People were talking about like blending in the areas between the rocks and stuff. And I do think that's a little bit what I want to do is get some, put some glue in, in around. I really want that other brush. Put some glue in and around the, in and around stuff. And then put some of that finer dirt in and around things, kind of to help pull things together a little bit. I can see comments going by, but because of what I'm doing, I can't see what the comments are. I guess that's why you need someone to read off the comments. They said don't do it. Sounded like a dare to me. Exactly. I know the Woodland Scenics screen is plastic. Are all of the screens plastic? Is that kind of just the way it? Is that sort of the way it is? Is just that the screens are all plastic? Someone was mentioning the tea strainer earlier, and I guess I was wondering a little bit whether the tea strainer is plastic or metal. All right. I have a feeling some of this is drying too fast. So this is smaller dirt. Container Man has a metal screen. Yeah, no standing grass yet. But I did make a mess, right? I mean, or at least I think I made a mess. You know what I kind of want to do? I kind of want to make a mix of this and the mix of this and the green foam, and kind of put that on, put it on together. So I think now we're starting to tie things together, or are we just making a mess? Which is it? So I'm just adding a little more green to the dirt that I already dumped out. I've got I got a little pile here, right? So it's green and it's dirt. And I'm just using this a little bit to fill in, to blend in some of the areas between the dirt and the grass. Just like people were saying, to get a little more overlap with it. I'll get the vacuum out too in a second and vacuum up these edges. I don't know if this is really working or not. I don't know what I'm doing. Life story. So let's see what this looks like. So this is kind of a brown and green mixture to kind of tie in the gaps between the grass and the ground cover. WS may have used a plastic screen at the request of the lawyers. Yeah, because if the screen was metal and it was closer to the edge, I feel like it would definitely be easier to get the grass to stand up. But I do think I'm gonna need the 12-volt adapter on it to make it to make the grass stand up. Need more power. Rick Bailey's off to bed. So I do thank everyone for being here. Before I leave, don't go anywhere. Let me just play my thank you. Really want to thank my sponsors and thank all the people that are members. So I'm going to play that, and then we're going to do some vacuuming. Then we'll chat for a little bit, and then we'll wrap this up because it's Monday. And but I do want to say thank you, ending off Thanksgiving. So, thank you so much. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for sitting through that and sticking with me. Let me get the vacuum out. I'm just sort of trying to move some of this out of the way so I'm not vacuuming all of this up when I go to vacuum up everything else. But yeah, it's the Woodland Scenic Static Grass Applicator. Who's saying I'm a nice boy? I try sometimes. I don't know that I succeed, but I do try. So if people want to hang out later, I'll probably be on Discord for a little bit tonight. But I do have a video that I want to edit, so I'll need to get on that part as well. But if you haven't, I do have a Discord. So what do we think? Is this better than when I started? Or does it just look completely ridiculous and I should have stopped while I was ahead way back in the day? Jigoku asked the question. Let's see if we can get some answers for him. I don't have scenic glue for scenery. Is it all right to just use normal glue, or is it good to get scenery glue? So I'm using just Mod Podge, which you can pretty much get anywhere, which is basically just fancy PVA glue. The reason I use the Mod Podge is because this is the matte version, and it's a little more matte than I find the other PVA glue. But yeah, we were talking about it a little bit earlier. A bunch of people just use PVA glue and seem to do okay. But Split Rock says he likes thicker glue. Scenic Cement is for applying over scenery when it's in posit. Me like you a lot. Thank you, Norman. Appreciate it. Steven, I agree. Definitely needs a few more layers. I think there is definitely some more to add to it. I don't think it is done. But I think there's some nice, I mean, they're kind of joking, like, this grass is almost standing up. Not quite. Definitely needs some more layers, though. What I need to figure out is how to kind of, I think the holes are too big. I think I need to add in more stuff to fill in a lot more of the holes. Like, for example, let me switch to this and let me get up here with the camera. I think if we look here at the top, where, I've got more coverage up here. I think it looks a little better up here than it does like here where there's less coverage. Both. I'm trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. Ha ha ha. Edward Katie says, yes, it looks better than what you started with. It might not be perfect, but it's still better. Needs trees and bushes. I agree. I think some more foliage, and like here's another bushes and trees maybe. I do think that. I think too when I make this a little bit of a, I'm saying this and you can't see, when I make this a little bit of a water area, I'm gonna try and make this a little bit more of a water area coming down into here. I think it'll help tie it together. Uh, but yeah, there are definitely still some big flat spots. I like this spot. I think this is definitely gonna stay rock face-ish. I think a lot of this I definitely need to fill in more. I need a Bigfoot. I didn't buy a Bigfoot. I got some stuff from Mini Prints, but I didn't get that. Ground foam is fine, medium, and coarse. Scenic clumps, then bushes and super trees. Yeah, all I had got right now is the fine turf, but I definitely need some more to my collection. This is kind of all my all my scenic grasses and stuff. I don't have a very big collection right now. It's definitely something that I need to build more of, but don't have yet. Sasquatch. Printed Bigfoot. I don't own a printer. I don't really have a space for one. So Bigfoot Mini Print sells one, so I'd probably get theirs. Let's just end the poll real quick. I forgot. Let's look at what the poll ended at. Is model railroading infantile? No, 67%. Yes, 32%. 59 votes. Thank you to the 59 people. Don't forget the smaller, not so super trees. Scenic Express. Yeah, maybe in January I'll place a scenic. I'll place a Scenic Express order. James, look what I got running back there for you. I need to get 15-minute ride in on the bike yet. The train show took my energy, though. The train show's a lot of walking around. Yeah, Joey, I could go to my local guy. My local guy just charges so much money. I mean, I like supporting him and stuff. Great shop for a lot of things. But yeah, Scenic Express did a big Black Friday sale, too, as far as I remember, at least. I kind of tried not to look at it too much because I didn't want to make a big order there, but it would be nice to get some stuff. Yeah, 15% off Scenic Express today. Yeah, I think I'm spending a lot of money on technology type stuff and I'm not buying a lot of scenery type stuff. So yeah, my local guy charges a mortgage payment for locos. And that's it. I mean, my local shop's incredible. I did a video on it, Red Caboose. It's an incredible shop. The guy's got so much stuff, but he treats it more like his collection than he does like he has stuff that he wants to sell. So a lot of his stuff is priced as if it's his. It's not priced to move. Yeah, what I thought about to make the tall grass too is do the wax paper thing, put the dollop of glue on wax paper, and use the static grass applicator to make it on the wax paper as little dollops, and then you can take them off and then go. Oh, okay, so 15% off at Scenic Express if you order $100 or more. Yeah, Jelly, I agree. I honestly don't know how the guy pays rent with the amount of money he charges for stuff. Yeah, James, so the cabooses there, there are 3 box cars up there as well. I couldn't grab the 3 box cars, but they are I'm gonna knock those off one of these days. Let's see if we go up here. Hold on, I'm trying to get a shot for James. Let's see if we go up here. So this is my NMRBO module, and this is where that caboose lives, is up on there. But you can see I got 3 boxcars, and those were all from Lynn McCurdy and the High Desert Modular Model Railroad Club. So that's how I ended up with all that THB stuff. And also that New York Central locomotive that's up there came from the club as well. When I was pulling stuff down today, though, I could only reach the caboose, so that's why only the caboose is there. And I know that, you know, THB wouldn't be pulled by Southern Pacific, but you know, it's my railroad, so it is what it is. James said I sent all I had. They were shelf queens. Yeah. If not for Lynn, I wouldn't have them. And I thought THB would be good with the New York Central stuff. I mean, well, it's not, you know, the same. It's close, and I just thought it would be fun to have as well. James says F7 I want. Yeah, he collects THB. Yeah, is that an SD45? Yes, it is an SD45. It is nice, and if you haven't seen it, we spent was it a Wednesday night or a Monday night trying to get that thing to work with the motorman, and it was an adventure. But it works now. They say there's a prototype for everything. I don't know if it's prototypical. It looked nice with another SD45 consisted up. So I don't have a second SD45 and that guy's DC. So it would be, I would have to buy exactly the same one, you know, to do it. So, yeah. I guess I could remove the piece of foam as well from the rails, which I haven't done either. But does anyone want to come over and help me clean all this up? You can see I've got my mess of scenery stuff down there. I've got this desk of mess to clean up. I tell you, if there's a flat surface, I stick stuff on it. So now my paint booth has become a collection of junk. I've got so much junk back here. Here's a little preview shot. So on Wednesday night, I've got this, what are these called? LED tape light. And I'm going to mount this up on here. And I think I'll do it Wednesday night. I'll get out the soldering iron. And we'll mount that up here, which will be to light this board here. And you can see this one I painted a dark brown, which, you know, it's not the best, but it was what I had. I may repaint it. We'll see. The foam is like a new car with the window sticker still on it. Which foam? I got stuff everywhere in here. I don't know what people are talking about. Sure, I help. Just need to get a plane ticket from Seattle. Yeah. I have a complete New York City passenger. Do you have, James, I think, do you have the 20th century? That's the one. I want the 20th century. Yeah, Thomas is an Alco fan. He doesn't have any EMDs out there. It's all Alcos. If you're going to get out the soldering iron, watch my soldering video again. I probably should watch some soldering videos before I get to the soldering again. Oh, yeah, the foam on the SP locomotive. Yes. Soldering iron to mount tape lights. Not to mount the tape lights. I want to run the tape light from the back wall out, like this way, and run it all down the board. So what I'm going to do is like solder the pieces, cut them, and then resolder them together. Because, you know, you can cut tape light, and it's I really want to get the Proto 2000 New York City MTA stuff. I don't have it. Alexa, turn off floodlights. I just noticed everything was flickering again, so that sort of fixed that flickering a little bit. James says if I need the space, he'll take the F7 AB units. Oh, Rebels got the full 20th Century Limited from Kato. Yeah. There was a moment where I could afford the non-DCC, non-lit version, but I kind of decided if I'm going to do it, I want the lit DCC version, so I didn't get it. But yeah. I want an RTD light rail model. There we go. What scale's that in, Heath? I have an idea for a wall-embedded subway lane. HO scale. The Proto 2000s are HO scale MTA subway cars, and they're pretty cool. They make two different versions. I think one is the old school like reddish brown cars, and the other one is the silver cars, if I'm not mistaken. I believe. I even have the platform with the red carpet on it. Oh, cool. The silver liner 5 ones. Heath, did you throw the easy water away yet? No. Lynn sent me some easy water. Here's where I got a little bit of a problem with the easy water that I have to figure out. Is I'm going to have to do it in the apartment. Or I need to get a little hot plate or whatever. So it's likely I'm going to have to do it in the apartment. And I don't know how well melting this stuff in the apartment is going to go over with the girlfriend. So I haven't thrown it out. It's still here. I may use it on the top section of this, but I think this lower section I need to pour much thicker. So I don't think I'm going to be able to use it on that, but yeah, I'm going to wrap this up because I do need to. Oh, you could use a heat gun for easy water. If I boiled the water and then brought it down here, would it be hot enough? Heat gun will melt it. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Lynn isn't sure if it works, so that's the other reason I don't think I would need to heat it up in something different. But yeah, Lynn says it's about 7 years old, so I do want to test it. But yeah, I'm going to say from the city that never sleeps, farewell, model citizens.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.